Welcome to the world of Infinitycraft. In today's episode, we will build a contraption for precision mechanisms, but not only that, we will build a dye farm, a cacti farm, and actually 2 mob farms. What am I doing? Why am I building 2 mob farms? Regretting life choices aside, I will also start to finally get the stuff done that I actually laid out 2 episodes ago. So enjoy. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Infinitycraft. My name is Babs and today we are going to do amazing stuff. I have actually planned out a dye farm because actually when we look into the FreeCam mod and get outside, I mean if it loads in, over here we've got the layout from our city build, from our main base build, and it's basically nothing. It's just a layout, yeah, I know we have the terracotta, but we actually need to dye it. For that I have created a dye farm in the creative testing world, but for the dye farm to work we will need stuff, and that stuff is basically a rotation speed controller. For that, let me open the menu, rotation speed controller. We need precision mechanism. For that you will need to have 3 deployer stations, which the first one will have cogwheels in it, the second one will have large cogwheels in it, and the third one will have iron nuggets in it. And then you have a gold sheet, and that process over 5 times, like as you can see here, will get you by 80% chance a precision mechanism. So first off, we need to do that contraption over here, because the rotation speed controller, as the name intends to, gives actually the option to change the speed of your contraption. So what that means is we don't need the mechanics of like the large and the small cogwheels next to each other. So that will save us a lot of space in our contraptions, and that is amazing. What I need to do now is actually make the contraption. So I think I will do that off camera because it's basically just some deployers and stuff, and then I will see you again. So let's go. Actually, I totally forgot that it's time for a meeting. So I think what I want to do now is actually get over to the meeting room, get a meeting with Q and Cheese, and after that I will show you the contraption. So let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I'm the DJ.
Oh, look what time it is. Time for a meeting. Okay, so what was your task the last week?
Well, I had to ride a pig through the town hall, and I think I did a very good job of that.
Eh.
I mean, you could have rode it a little bit longer.
Rode in.
Okay. Rode you?
Rode in.
Yeah.
You could have rode in it.
What was your task?
I had to.
Voice crack?
Yep. I had to. No. I, had to give Cheese a well-wrapped gift, you know?
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Oh, so it was actually your task?
Well, kinda, yeah.
Yeah,
The first gift, though, was actually all my doing.
Oh, no, okay, that was a nice gift.
My task actually was to build a theater, so that was where we, enjoyed the theater show and the fresh burger meat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very fresh.
let's all mark off our second task actually. It's the second week. It's crazy.
Cha-ching!
Wait, this is
Hey,
the third.
Get your feet off my seat.
Yeah, this is going to be the third episode.
Yeah, third week. Third week in this wonderful world.
Time flies. Anyway, do
That's
you
true.
have any more to say for like stuff and what you need to do, what you want to do, what you don't want to do?
Well, I'm currently refining my tree farm, and it's almost done. Like, I'm only missing, I think 3 or 4 components, and then it should be actually fully automatic. And then we have wood galore.
Rawr.
Okay.
Okay.
I have now a terracotta farm, fully automatic. I have a pathway to the top of the hill, at my area. So I think the next step that I need to do is get a little dye farm, or wait for Q to get one. Yeah, that's my plan. So I can build the base stuff. Okay, bye.
Perfect. Let's get our new tasks. Woo woo.
Did you get one?
So I will get my task now. Yeah. Goodbye. Have fun.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Enjoy your life
I
or
guess.
not. Enjoy the meat. Fresh, frozen. So now it's after the meeting. What is the task that we've got? Fill a double chest of birch logs. A double chest. Come on. So I think we have a lot of tasks to do for today because I'm actually planning on to do a mob farm too because we need bone meal for the dye farm. And yeah, it's kind of easy to do a mob farm with the create mod. So I think that's what I'm going to do too. So I think first precision mechanisms, then dye farm, and then mob farm. Yeah, so let's go. Alright, now I have done the little contraption, and as you can see behind me, I have actually got in a little tiny house at my wall because I think there are some details missing. So I will add a few tiny houses at the wall over the time. I mean, not only because of the details, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I also need some spaces for those little contraptions because I don't want to make it all like underground. So we'll get some little contraptions all over the wall over the time. But what I have done now is actually the little precision mechanism contraption, and I hope that it will work because like I have got a few water wheels over here. This time I used small water wheels, and then, you know, some deployers, then some belts, and I think it's best when I just show you how it works. So we need to get into that chest over here, get the golden sheets in there, and then they will start to make the precision mechanism. The first thing that we need to check is... Oh, I need to change the direction of that one. Is that one picking them up? Oh, they're going in there. But I mean, that's actually not bad at all. I just need to make it a double chest because otherwise I think that is going to be full. Why are we sorting them out? First of all, I thought it would be easier because then it could just go all around like automatically. Maybe you know what? I will just let it go. It just goes all around because I think it will stop at a certain point. So let's get all of the stuff in here and let's get them through till they are ready. So I waited a bunch of time until they were ready. So now the contraption is ready. We have now 28 precision mechanisms out of 35 golden sheets, I think, which is a pretty normal rate. But yeah, so we've got 28 of that, and I think that should be enough. At least for now. So I think what I'm gonna do next is actually make a time lapse and then showing you off the dye farm that I've created. And as every time, the schematic will be in our Discord. So if you want those for your own stuff, for your own world, you can actually join our Discord. Okay, shameless plug aside, let's jump right into the time lapse. Alright, as you can see, the contraption is actually here. It is constructed by the schematic cannon, and that is actually the input for the bone meal. So I have a little bit of bone meal from hunting down skeletons, and now let's see how it works. So basically that is the normal vanilla clock. Then you have the basically normal field, some hoppers to collect all the stuff, and a deployer is actually having the bone meal, is getting feeded by those hoppers, and then every time, you know, tries to bone meal the dirt to create flowers. Then these hoppers will feed into that item vault over here, which is basically a huge double chest when you want it that way. It will sort out the seeds so they are getting burned. The flowers will get into that chest onto that belt and then into those millstones, and then they are getting grinded into the dyes and will land over here. It's powered by 3 large water wheels, as you can see, and it seems to work, so that is great. That is great news. Let's see how much stuff we are getting. We are getting a bunch of red dye, a bunch of light gray, a bunch of white. That is cool. Now we need to create a mob farm, because like I don't want to hunt down every night some skeletons just to have some dyes. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So what I'm doing now is get a mob farm done. I will try to make it in my testing world, and then we will make it in the survival world. So I think now it's time to just do it. Let's go! So hey, we are now in my creative testing world. As you can see, there is my terracotta farm, there is the iron farm, and there is the dye farm. Yeah, and that is the mob farm that I have created. It's a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be actually, but it should be fully working. Let's see. Yeah, there's the minecart, there's the pickup system. Here is the sorting system. So each of the brass funnels, there's a music backpack somewhere over there. Anyway, there's the sorting system with the brass funnels. So there will go the bones, the gunpowder, arrows, I think string and rotten flesh. Will be sorted in those chests over here. They will be killed at the magma blocks and then picked up by the minecarts. Those are the spawning platforms, and as you can see, those are actually invisible because I have actually tweaked the config files of my create mod server basically. So the contraptions can have more blocks, and as you can see right now, the layers are actually back again, are visible, because now it's not a contraption anymore, it's just, you know, a structure. I have glued all the parts here together to those radial chassis, and then this mechanical bearing will rotate the platforms every 45 seconds, I think, one time around, so the mobs can spawn on the platforms and then they can get, you know, because like when there's no platform they can stand on, they will just fall down here and will be destroyed by the magma blocks and then picked up by the pickup system. What I need to do now, why do I have a redstone torch? Anyway, what I need to do now is actually gather the resources and then create this mob farm over at our survival world. Okay, now we are back at the survival world. So I think what I'm gonna do now is actually gather the resources. I will need a bunch of cobblestone, and I think then I will see you back again in this world, and then we place down the schematic and stuff and ready for the mob farm, right? Let's go. Actually, I thought of it, and I think I will make a smaller mob farm, because I think that can actually lag out the server, and that wouldn't be beneficial for all of us. I know it's a cool farm, and I will load in this schematic in our Discord, so make sure to join there, so you can make this farm over at your own world and see how it works and stuff. But I think for our needs in the Infinitycraft world, it's just too massive and too big. And yeah, so I will create a new one, and then we will meet us again. And then I think I will go to the time lapse. Let's go. Actually, now that you can see it, the mob farm is ready, and how it works is basically the mobs are spawning in those chambers. And okay, oh, I need to get some lava in here. Anyway, the mobs are spawning in those layers here, and we have like a pushing mechanism with the mechanical bearings, so these things will rotate the whole time, and when they get over here, they will fall into the hole, into that chute system over here. Normally there should be some lava, and those mobs should get some damage, and then they will get killed. The loot will get into the chutes and into the vault over here. Then it will get onto the depot over here. The mechanical arm over here will get the items into the funnels, which are actually filtered, so it will get sorted out, and yeah, they will end up in the chests, and we have a sorting system. But what I need to do now is actually get an AFK spot over somewhere over here. Okay, so I need to get a bucket of lava, and I need to get a gearbox, and then it should work. So I think, without further ado, let's go and get a lava bucket. Woo. Okay, now, as you have seen in the time lapse, we are actually ready with the mob farm. We have put in the lava, so it kills the mobs instead of those two, because they have a backpack and somehow fire resistance. That's the reason there's some music, because I think they have the music upgrade. Anyway, we have now a bunch of loot actually, and I was just AFK like, I don't know, half an hour, I think. But yeah, so we've got some loot. The only thing that we need to do is to get some strings, because I have actually built a little bamboo farm over at our base area. So I guess let's go over there, build some scaffoldings, so we can have a nice AFK spot. Nice. Alright, so now as you can see in my hotbar, I have some scaffolding. So let's build up the AFK platform. I hate phantoms. I just hate them. Look at that. I just built up the AFK platform and they just kicked me out of it. So let's go back there. As you can see now, I have my stuff back. That's great first, but I lost all of my levels. Oh no. Anyway, I've got the AFK platform, and when we go into FreeCam mod, we can see that it's above the mob farm. Obviously, I mean, that's the reason for the AFK platform, right? Alright, so I have adjusted the height of the mob farm, and that one's working. That is perfect. But for our main build, we will actually use the terracotta that we have in the farm right behind me. Yeah, over there. Anyway, we also need some dye, so we have made a dye farm. But we need also some green dye, because we want to have some green terracotta. So I have created a little cacti farm behind me over there. And when we look into it, it's just a basic Minecraft cacti farm, just with the difference that besides hoppers, here's now a belt system that will get those cacti into the double chest over here. I was AFK the whole night, so it is pretty good filled up for, you know, that small farm over there. But anyway, now I think what we need to do is actually get those stuff that we have laid out and make it into actual platforms. So I think without further ado, let's jump right into the time lapse. Let's go. Alright, as you can see behind me, we are finished, at least with the groundation, right? We obviously need some builds on top, some details and stuff, but that's not what we're gonna do in this episode, because I think it's the end of the episode. We have actually achieved much. We have a dye farm, we have a cacti farm, we have a mob farm, we have those structures behind me, and I think next episode we will do something more, but there's actually one thing that I won't be able to finish in this episode, and that is the task. Because, okay, first off, I think it's a useless task right now, because like we have a wood farm, we have a tree farm, and it wouldn't make much sense if I'm just going to find some birch logs, put them in the double chest. It would be nonsense, right? So what I think what's a good deal is I will make 2 tasks next episode. So I guess, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and maybe join our Discord, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.